Welcome to our episode on New Year's. Today is not New Year's or New Year's Eve.
No,
It
it's in
is
fact, it's
May.
yeah, five
And
months, 4 months, and 3 days past New Year's
that's right. And we have done this on purpose. Why?
because we're checking in on you.
Checking in. Yeah, checking in to see where you're at. Have you given up on your goals? No, screw that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how you don't need to wait till New Year's and set your goals on New Year's Day. You can do them whenever you decide to, whenever you want, whenever you are inspired to. Start right now.
Yeah, don't
Don't
wait another
wait
8 months.
till, yeah, don't wait another 8 months. And I think that could be just a, what do you call it? Something that's it's it's coming from a place of like it's just the thing you do instead of something that you just I just our goals shouldn't be set because you should set them. They should be set because this is who you want to be now. So
It's
do it.
interesting. I think New Year's, it's a new year, right? So what does it represent? It represents an opportunity to start fresh, right? It's a renewal in some sense, which is exciting, right? And so that's what happens is you get all excited on the thought that, oh my gosh, it's a new year, it's a new me. I get to restart fresh. I get to put everything that I've messed up with in the past behind me and start fresh, right? Which is exciting and encouraging. But guess what? When you do that, 4 months later, you're right where you are now, looking at us on the screen with my exceptionally large nose and Daniel's well trimmed mustache and beard, and realizing that you have already slacked on those goals. And then deciding that you won't start another one for the next 8 months because it's not a renewal period yet. And that's just ridiculous.
Hmm. Yeah.
Start now. What are you waiting for? You want to do something in your life. Notice that, observe that. I want to establish this in my life. Everybody always uses fitness, so we'll stick with that, right? But everybody says, I want to start going to the gym. Good, do it now. Why do you need to wait for the new year to do that?
Hmm. Yeah, I stop looking at the end result or like where do I want to be. Set goals. It's much easier and more refreshing to set goals that are just of who you want to be instead of who you want to become. So
Right,
if you want to become a person who exercises, exercise.
right. Where are you right now?
This type
Yeah,
of setting goals in the beginning of the new year to, fulfill all the way through till next year is is just a means to an end. But set a goal. You don't need to have an end date. You don't need to have a beginning date. You just need to have an idea of what you want.
well, there's two really powerful pieces in that. The first is, I think starting with the end in mind is very exciting to a degree.
Sure,
It's
absolutely.
important. It is important to say I do want to be in shape, right? But I think what you're getting at, what I definitely am getting at, is living in the present is even more important, right? It's good to say
Absolutely, yeah.
this is what I want the end result to be, but then coming back to the present and saying, okay, I'm not exercising today. What do I need to do today? Okay, I'm gonna take action today to start doing something that puts me in motion, right? Something that just kind of starts the ball rolling. And then tomorrow, right? I'm not going to get ahead to tomorrow, but when tomorrow does come, I'm going to make sure I take the next step tomorrow to do that. I wake up 15 minutes earlier so I can take a walk. I would do, being in the present and really looking
Mhm.
at what you can do now.
Yeah, no, you said it right there, the present, because when you set a goal, it's usually about the future, and that's just
Yeah.
so far from you where it just becomes not as encouraging to just do what you need
That's
to
it.
do
Yes.
today, right? It's just so far, and it just keeps getting farther and farther and farther because what usually happens is we usually want more and more and more, and it's never enough and enough enough. So we just try to reach this thing that we're not at, where we can just focus on the present where we are, and then that's what makes us want to, and it's more exciting to just continue from there. Do what you have to do today. Stop worrying about this
And you know that
main
you've felt it
goal
before.
that's in the future.
you've been sitting there making a goal going, wow, I'm so excited. I want to own a castle when I'm 30 or something, But then the more you think about that, the more time starts to pass, the more you realize just how far away 30 is and how you actually don't want to become 30 yet. You want to stay 18 or whatever. So like what initially starts off with all this force behind it and power and excitement and thrill starts to wear down on you. And so that's why bringing yourself back to the present and saying, what do I need to do today to make my life a little better? Oh, I want to build a castle. Well, I'm going to start collecting rocks.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
what can I do
We're
right
at
now, right
collecting one
here?
rock right now. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Because that keeps the momentum going. That gives you something to build on top of.
Yeah, yeah, and think about it. Become less motivated when you start looking and focusing on how far you are instead of what you can do right now today.
That
Oh, I can get some rocks, right? I can get a couple rocks today instead of wow, I am need so many rocks to build this
everyone
castle.
loves a good story. And so a couple of my friends were over last weekend. We were talking about some places we'd been. I don't know if you ever heard of Bishop's Castle in Colorado. A beautiful, literally beautiful castle, handmade by this guy, welded all the iron, picked up all the stones from the ground that he lived on and mortared them all together. It's all rough, round stones. And it was just funny because that's what comes to mind when we start talking about just picking up those rocks, because that's all he did. My friends are going, how did they build this? Did he have help? No, just the one dude on his own picked up a rock that day, started building a foundation, one rock at a time. And now he has this huge castle that towers like easily over 100 feet into the sky that you can climb all the way to the top of. And how did he do it? He one rock at a time. It's nuts. It's bizarre. Bishop's Castle. Look it
That's
up.
sick. That's
But
awesome.
it is. It's so that's what you have to do. That's
Hmm. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. So this video today, folks, is your wake-up call
yeah.
that, hey, even though you may have fell off track this year, you can pick it up whenever you like.
Choose to. Yes.
That
You
could be
have the
right now,
choice.
today. And that's
Own
what
it.
you can focus on today, right? Not the end of the year, not the beginning of next year, but right now.
That is the struggle. That it really is the struggle is starting a goal and sticking with it and then looking back and realizing that you failed and or that you feel like you failed, right? Letting yourself think that, letting those thoughts pass through your head. But and then thinking you need to wait until the new year to start again. Man, it's too late. I'll start when the summer comes. I'll start when the new year comes. I'll give up cookies after Christmas, right? Nonsense, right? Wherever you are right now, we're here to catch you right in the middle and say,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you quote unquote failed your New Year's resolutions and you've been slacking on them. Forget the New Year's resolutions. Pick something you want to do. That's a challenge too, is figuring out what it is you want that you're actually willing to put effort into. But taking 5 minutes to sit down and maybe think about that and say, what do I really want? What is something that some people would call a New Year's resolution that I I can start at any point that I actually am interested in engaging myself. And do I actually want to get in shape, or am I just saying that? Am I just saying that because I'm hanging around too many people who look good? Or do I really want to be in shape? Do I really want to be able to go run a marathon?
Hmm.
You got to get clear with yourself. You got to
Yeah.
love yourself enough to take that space for yourself to ask those questions.
True. And I encourage you to focus on the, as much as you can, the type of person you'd like to be today. That could be
Yes.
the long-term goal, but then you focus on, all right, can I be someone who
Present
wants to
tense.
be somebody who exercises? Can
Yes.
I be someone who wants to s- be a builder of castles? Instead of saying, I want the result. Well, I want to be this type of person. It's kind of like changing your identity. Isn't that cool? You're like, yeah, I just want to be this person. I want to be this type of doer.
Right.
Instead of,
I
oh, I
see
want
what
this
you're
type
getting
of.
at. Stop looking for things you can take and start looking for things you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
How do you think Andrew has grown those eyebrows? Right?
Yeah.
Just
Um,
he just wanted to be a
ambition
person who
and neglect.
eyebrows, yes. Neglect, purposeful neglect.
Yes. Yeah, deliberately taking action to neglect trimming my eyebrows. All I do is comb them upwards in the morning. And if you got a laugh out of my nose being bigger than it was yesterday, because it was already pretty big yesterday, then don't forget to hit like.
Yeah,
At
to
some
see
point,
him.
YouTube's going to start channeling us some money to start purchasing more important attire, and we won't have to pay out of our own bank accounts. So your subscription helps.
Absolutely. All right,
But this
y'all.
was worth it for you. We did this for you.
Especially, especially you. All right, guys. Anything else, Andrew?
Yeah, peace.
That's it. Done. Peace.